Okay, I'm gonna make this as many times as I can so it will reach as many people as it can, because this has been helping a lot of people. In my live the other night, everybody was like, yes, need this, need this. Okay, so let me do this quickly before I hop into this event. So the 3 things that you can do for rapid evolution, okay? Rapid identity shifting, right? Because you have to change first before everything outside of you can change. Now, that's not necessarily like a fact. Like, your environment could change first, but a lot of the time we look for our environment to change before we change, and that is a lot more slow coming than an internal identity shift. Okay, so it's not that it can't go both ways. It can definitely go both ways, but because we understand now that the environment is slower to change than we are, we can change rapidly, really rapidly. And it's also better if we base it on ourselves, because then we're not constantly relying on our environment for us to have a positive reaction, because if we do that, then we're not in control. Our environment is, and we want to be in control. Okay, so here's the 3 things that you can do, and I will be as quick as I can because I get a little long-winded here and there. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is start making different decisions. Say yes in situations when you would normally say no. And I like to just say, I'm not telling you that if there's things that make you genuinely uncomfortable, like, that's fine, respect that. But there are some things that you say no to, not because they make you genuinely uncomfortable, but because they're unfamiliar. And you're so accustomed to going into the known, and that's why you keep creating the same reality, because anything that's different than the known, the signals in your body start going off, and your ego tries to tell you, like, we're not familiar with this, don't do what, starts asking questions, what if it doesn't work out? But your desired reality lives in the unknown. It exists in the unknown. So you've got to go into the unknown, and you can do that by making different decisions, doing things differently. Now, again, try not to be too long-winded, but I do want to add to this. For a while, I was like, what does that mean for me? I don't understand, like, what does that actually mean, though? What decisions? What do I do? But for example, I just came from Audi. I'm going to an event right now, and before I just came from Audi, I sat in the cars. I went before they closed, so I didn't test drive, but I talked about the different models. Now I know exactly which one I like. I know the interior. I know the color it's going to come in, right? I was telling my dad that I was going to go to Audi, so we had a conversation about Audi. And now I've been talking about that, and now I'm comparing it to other cars, right? So I made a different decision. Would I normally go to a car dealership on a random, it's Monday at 6 p.m.? No, that's something I normally wouldn't do, okay? So just small example. Okay, the second thing that you're gonna do is you are going to start doing 3 to 5 present tense identity statements every single day. This is a huge shifter, and please just do this, okay? It's hard to get somewhere if you don't actually set a target point. If you don't say, this is where I wanna go, if you don't put the destination into the GPS, it doesn't really know where to take you. And if you just expect it to, you're just gonna be driving around aimlessly, feeling lost, and also getting tired because you've been driving around. And that's what a lot of people do in their lives. They just drive around, and they're like, why am I so tired? And it's like, what's the target? Where are you trying to go? And how clear are you willing to get about it without getting sad that you don't have it right in that moment, okay? So write those statements. This is the example, okay? You act as if every desire that you have already was, like, that already is your reality, and then you make 3 to 5 statements relative to that. I wrote the #1 bestseller seller book in the last 20 years. I'm the best female boxer. I have a lot of fun every day. I'm easygoing. I take my time. I feel great about my body. I love my brand new 2026 Audi RS Q8. You feel me? Like, you act as though it has already happened. You make those statements. And I at first was advising that you do like 5 new ones every day. But what I've actually been doing is I only do new ones once I've locked in the 5 from previous. So if on Monday I say them, and then on Tuesday I can't remember one of them, I say them again all day Tuesday until I remember them. Then I get a new set. So right now I'm at 10. Okay. So it's awesome. That is helping me so much, especially if you do things that are more about who you are than what you have. It's really helpful. Okay, and the final thing that you're gonna do is start window shopping. So one thing that I didn't realize was a gap for me. I started to feel like I had manifested to my cap, like I reached my limit or something, but that was not the case at all. What was really happening was that you need to feel in order to create. Like, that creation comes from feeling, because all experiences end in feeling. That is what creates an experience. If something doesn't make you feel anything, you tend not to remember it. Like, feeling is what locks it in first to the mind, and then if you keep replaying it and replaying it and replaying it, then that locks it into the body, and then it starts running like a program on its own, right? So you need to feel these experiences. So it wasn't that I had manifested to my cap or anything like that. It was just that I had manifested to the proximity that I currently had to my new life. So I wanted a house. I knew a lot of people with a house. I ended up getting a house. I wanted a high rise. I knew a lot of people with high rise. Got a high rise. Saw a lot of pictures, videos of things that I wanted, got them, right? But in this case, where I'm at right now in my life, I want a life that I actually don't know anybody who has it. I don't spend time in places around people who have it, and I don't spend time in places where I will spend my time when that is my reality. So I can change that. I work from home, so I can go and do my work in luxury hotels. I can go to a car dealership on a Monday evening and test drive the cars. I can look at different like clubs and organizations that are hosted or started in environments that I actually want to be in. Like, you can start to window shop your life. Just how when you get a brand new apartment and you walk in and you look in, you're just like, okay, like, I feel the bed goes here, the side table goes here, I'm gonna put the body mirror right there, and then you're like, wait, no, I'm actually gonna put the body mirror over here so that I can put my vanity right there. Do you feel me? And you start to literally like window shop and place ahead of time where everything's gonna go, how it's gonna look, how it's gonna feel when it's there, what you're gonna have to walk around, how you're gonna maneuver. Do that with your life. Do that with your life. Interior design your life. You feel me? Design your life deliberately, create on purpose, do it on purpose, and then acknowledge how you're doing it, because you absolutely can. Okay, so those are the 3 things that I highly recommend. Also, remember, I will never advocate for you having to do something in order to become a deliberate creator of your reality. You can just listen to me. You can literally, when I say listen, you can just hear my voice, hear these things, and you will, by listening, remember who you are. You'll start to remember who you are, and that's all it takes. You remembering your power. So never saying that, like, if you don't do these 3 things, never that. It's like, no, I always want to give you guys as many tools as I can, especially that work for me. But they're totally like, it's like, take it if it feels good to you. If it doesn't feel good to you, don't do it. I'll never tell you to do something that doesn't feel good it to you. But you absolutely can and will get every single thing that you want because you were born worthy and you don't have to earn it and nobody can take it from you, okay? So that is simply the truth. Follow me on all platforms at Sparkle Watts Official because, you know, I'm your girl and I'm the ultimate timeline cleanse. I have so much love in my heart for you. And yeah, happy creating. Abundance is your birthright. Act like it, babes.